Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a foundation wear test and first impressions of the Morphe Fluidity. This is their new line and I had heard mixed reviews, so I figured I would give it a shot. So if you want to see how this stuff holds up throughout the day and you want to see what I think of it, you're in the right place. Keep watching. I've already washed, moisturized, and primed my face with my Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Face Primer. Gotta love this stuff. And today we are going to be doing a wear test with the Morphe Fluidity. This is their new foundation, and I picked up the shade F120, and I also picked up their concealer in C1.35. So hopefully those are good shade matches for me, but we're going to find out. I'm going to apply the foundation on my face on one side using a dampened beauty blender and on the other side using my foundation brush just to see which way it does better. So you get 1 fluid ounce of product in here, which is pretty standard, and it retails for $18. And the concealer is 0.15 fluid ounces, which I think is pretty standard, 4.5 milliliters. Let's see, my Shape Tape, oh wow, is 10 milliliters, so that's a lot bigger, but this one retails for $9, so it seems kind of thin. Sometimes I like that and sometimes I don't. Guess we'll find out. I'm just going to go in on this side with the Beauty Blender. It's a bit light, but oh wow, that's light. Well, I guess it does match my neck. Although admittedly I do like it to be a bit darker than that. Minus the strikingness of the color, I think it's going on pretty smoothly, and it definitely has some coverage. Alright, so there. Is the sponge side. And today I am using the IT Cosmetics Airbrush Complexion Perfection number 115. It's an angled foundation brush. I've been digging this one. I'm not used to matte foundations, but man, that sets down fast. My goodness, this covers. And even though I would prefer if it was a bit darker, I don't think it looks bad. I feel like I got a little bit better coverage on the brush side, so I'm just going to go back in with just a little bit more product and add to the Beauty Blender side. It sets down so fast though, I do feel like I'm going through a decent amount of product. Well, I look a little bit like mime, but I do like the finish of this foundation. Like it just isn't moving at all. That's cool. See how the concealer does. Alright, and it looks like a pretty standard tube. A little bit. There we go. It's a little skinny. It's got an open air pocket here, which I feel like is probably a good thing so it doesn't goosh out at you, which happens. It's not a doe foot, it's more flat, but let's see. Oh goody. So this is the right color. Too bad it's the wrong color for this foundation. It's blending in pretty well. I do prefer to do my concealer with a beauty blender. I just feel like I can get it in the corners and everything a little bit better. Yeah, I don't think that looks bad. It's really light. I'll probably have to return this one and get a different shade, but I wasn't really expecting too much. I know I'm a Debbie Downer, but I'm just never really too excited about foundations. So it is a little bit patchy on my forehead. Now that it's completely settled down, You can see a little bit of creasing around my nose, just a little bit in that line, because I'm old and I have that line, so whatever. My forehead doesn't look too bad in terms of creasing, but you know, we're going to go back in and blend this some more. See if we can get that to settle out. So I'll get closer to the camera so you can see my skin up close. So overall, I think it's settling down, but it's a lot drier than I'm used to, which I don't tend to prefer matte foundations. We'll see how this thing holds up throughout the day. I'm going to cut the camera and finish the rest of my makeup, and I'll check back in when I'm done. So I am checking in. It is the end of the night. I have had this foundation on since about 9 hours of wear. And it still seems like it's in pretty good shape. It does seem a little bit cakey around my nose and on my lines here. They're not terrible, but they're not quite what I'm used to. But overall, the coverage is really good on this foundation, and I definitely think it held up throughout the day. Funny story, I went for an allergy exam today because I'm allergic to penicillin, and I'll suffice it to say that we figured out that I still am. So it's been a very long day. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please remember to give a like. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next time.
So I just wanted to do a little bit of a follow-up on my impressions of the Morphe Fluidity. I did end up ultimately returning the foundation and the concealer to Ulta. Thank you, Ulta. It wasn't just that the color was a bit light. I would have needed to exchange it anyway, but I tried it several more days with different primers, different moisturizers, and I imagine that this would be a very good foundation option for someone with typically oily skin, but my skin is typically quite dry, and I simply wasn't able to keep it from caking, and I just couldn't see myself reaching for this foundation over a lot of the other ones that I already have. So I may in fact give it a try again in the future if I see some kind of a change or a breakthrough, or if they release a more dewy version of it. But right now, that's where I stand. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys next time.